How to fix incorrect Linux permissions with Umask. Imagine creating a new file or folder and finding it open to everyone, or maybe locked away from you. That can happen if your permissions are set incorrectly. Today, we're going to look at how you can fix these issues using the Umask setting in Linux. First, let's understand what permissions are. Linux permissions control who can read, write, or execute files and folders. These permissions are divided into 3 groups: the owner, the group, and everyone else. When you create a new file or folder, Linux assigns default permissions before applying the Umask. Files usually start with permissions of 666, meaning read and write for everyone. Directories start with 777, giving read, write, and execute rights to all. The Umask is a mask that subtracts permissions from these defaults. For example, if your Umask is 222, it removes write permissions from the group and others. So, a file created with default permissions of 666 will end up with 444, which means only the owner can read and write. Similarly, directories with default permissions of 777 will become 555, allowing the owner full access but restricting others. To fix permissions, start by checking your current Umask. Just open your terminal and type Umask. It will show a number like 222 or 022. Next, decide what permissions you want new files and folders to have. If you want only you to have access, set the Umask to 777. That removes all permissions for group and others. To do this temporarily, type Umask 77 in your terminal. This change lasts only for the current session. To make the change permanent, add the Umask 77 command to your shell configuration files like /bashrc or /profile. This way, every time you log in or start a new session, your permissions will be set correctly. After updating, create a new file or folder and check its permissions with LSL. You should see the permissions reflected your new Umask setting. Understanding how Umask works can help you control the default permissions for all new files and folders. If you want your files to be private, set a restrictive Umask like 77. If you're working on shared projects, a less strict Umask like 2 allows group members to collaborate easily. Remember, the Umask is a simple way to prevent files from being overly accessible or too locked down by default. By setting it properly, you keep your Linux environment secure and organized without manually changing permissions every time.